Hello, today in this lecture we are going to discuss how is the vice president of India is elected. We know that the election to the post of the vice president is done under the Presidential and Vice Presidential Election Act 1952. So, who are eligible for the election to this post of the vice president? Any citizen of India who has attained the age of 35 and who is eligible to be elected to the parliament, either Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. And he should not be holding any office of profit, like he should not be the member of any legislative assembly or parliament or any public sector undertaking. To minimize the number of the candidate who can contest election, to minimize the confusion among the voters, the constitution has provision that the members should be proposed by at least 20 MPs and 20 MPs should be seconders. Only then he will be eligible to contest the election of the vice president. And he will have to deposit a security deposit of 15,000. And in this election process, both elected and nominated member of the parliament is eligible for voting. If you remember, in the election of the President of India, we found that only elected member were eligible to vote, but not the nominated member. But here the case is opposite. Here both elected as well as nominated member are eligible to vote. And we follow single transferable vote, that is preferential voting system. Like though the voter have to indicate the preference, like he will indicate if there is, suppose there are three candidates, candidate A, candidate B, candidate C. So a voter can indicate preference like 1, 2, 3. Other voter can indicate preference like 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1. He can change the preference. The name, the candidate name will be same, but the preference column will be blank. This column will be blank. So the voter can input his preference. And what is the winning vote? Winning vote is the total number of the parliament member, like the member of the Lok Sabha plus member of the Rajya Sabha divided by 2 plus 1. Then he will get the winning vote. And if a candidate in the first phase of the counting, he does not secure clear majority, like the 50% plus 1, then the candidate who has got least number of votes, his vote will be added to the vote of the earlier members, previous members, like those who have secured more number of votes. So now the second preference of the voter will be counted. If he has given second preference to candidate A, then his vote will be added to candidate A. If he has given second preference to candidate B, then his vote will be added to candidate B. And after adding this, we again calculate the winning vote. If the candidate gets the winning vote, then he is declared elected. Otherwise, the same process will continue till he get a clear majority, clear winning vote. That is the total number of parliament member divided by 2 plus 1. So after the vice president is elected, he get the post of the chairman in the Rajya Sabha. He will preside over all the session of the Rajya Sabha. You often come to know about ex officio. Ex officio is by the virtue of the post. If a candidate is elected vice president, then he will automatically become the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. And if someone has to file objection against the winning of a candidate in vice president election, then he can file a case in the court of Supreme Court, but he will have to deposit a security amount of 20,000 in the court before a proceeding can be held, and the decision of the Supreme Court will be final in this regard. So now here we will wind up this lecture. This was on the how is the vice president of India elected. Thank you for listening and watching.